Well, hello there, everybody. Welcome. This will be the Thanksgiving edition, everybody. Gary's Pipes, Crystal. Welcome on a Monday evening. Prospecting USA, hunting America's treasures. Let's see what else we got here. We got Angela Ford in. We got Peter. How you doing there?
How am I doing? How are you doing, Angela?
I'm doing good. How are you guys doing?
Doing good. We got Standing Stone. So we got everybody starting to filter in. So how's your weekend?
Good.
If
You
I
ready
might,
for Thanksgiving? Yeah, go ahead, Peter.
If I might, this past week I lost very suddenly a dear friend of mine passed away. And I actually had invited her on the show weeks ago, and she wasn't well enough. Her name was Lois T. Martin. She was a psychic, and she was a numerologist. and she passed away. I think it was this past week. So I'd like to dedicate this show to Lois Martin.
Didn't she just have a son that died?
Yes, her son just passed, and she passed last weekend.
Wow. I remembered her. I've done her show several times back in the day.
Yes, correct. Yep.
Wow, I can imagine. I think she was very upset about her son.
Yes, she was. Yeah, nobody quite understood what happened with her son. And one of her dearest, closest friends, Joanna Garthy McNally, who was recently on the show, one of her closest friends had contacted me and told me of her passing. Lois was, I have to say, beyond amazing. Anybody that had a reading with her, anybody that was friends with her, knew that she was from a much higher dimensional level of vibration, and she's going to be sorely missed.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
I'm so sorry to hear that because I talked to her too. We were trying to get her on the show.
Yes.
And she had to travel one time, and then her husband, and then her
son had passed unexpectedly. Yeah, she remembered you, and yeah. So Grizzly, how are you doing, my friend?
Doing good. Thank you, kind sir. Thank you.
Good. Always want to check up on you.
Yeah.
So what do you have planned for Thanksgiving, Grizzly and Peter? May I ask?
Family, sticking around family.
That's good. Peter?
I was invited by my mother's dedicated caretaker and nurse who spent 88 years with her. I was invited to her home for Thanksgiving.
Good.
Yes. Otherwise, I was going to crash your party, Angela.
I'm not helping. I'm one of my neighbors.
Oh, all right. Well, I was going to crash your neighbor's party.
Yeah, I'm one of my neighbors. She's always, well, she invited us, and I said, yeah, I'll be there. I'm not cooking. I'm not spending money. I'll just crash.
Good. Very nice. So we're I don't know. Does anybody feel the energy shift coming up? People that I've been reading for are telling me that they are feeling it. It's with Jupiter last phases in the sign of Taurus, and it's going to be transiting into Gemini. So we have a lot of changes coming up, and that's, I think, the 3rd and the 9th house. Right now, we're dealing with the 2nd house, and we're dealing with the 8th house. So that's a square. So yeah, we have energy changes, and I'm getting people that are calling up about changing wills and changing their living wills and their estate wills. So yeah, there's definitely an energy shift.
Yes.
I think my creative projects are kind of going into a different direction. I'm able to. I think I'm going to. What happened was I started to. My book is out on the internet, and I work with a distributor up in Canada, and so we're going to be able to sell paraphernalia on the internet and with my book, and we're selling like T-shirts with the elephant on them and the cows. We're selling T-shirts. We're selling shower curtains. We're selling blankets. We're selling beach tote bags of all my characters. So that to me is huge, just to have my stuff out there.
Congratulations, Angela. That is wonderful.
And I think the woman, she has to link everything up, and we have to bring attention to it. But she's going to do that. And then I think I'm getting some new animators for my animation, because my animation, the voices weren't any good. And I don't think people, and it looked like, I don't think the animation was up to par. So I talked to a man who said his animator will take all of my work and produce it in the studio. So everything will be done there, as far as the voices, the music, the animation. And it's not going to cost that much more over, even though we may have a higher quality.
Well, that's
All right.
good.
You sent me your animations with your characters a while ago. Believe it or not, I played that 3 or 4 times.
Did you like it?
I loved it. I felt like I was in Disney. I went back to my childhood, and I felt like I was either at Disney World or Disneyland. Absolutely, I loved them. I absolutely loved them. Yes.
Thank you, Peter. Grizzly, I'm going to send you my cartoon, okay?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm excited.
Okay.
Yes.
I will. I'll send you my trailer and my cartoon.
Awesome. So what do we have for tonight?
Well, I met a woman named Patty. She has a podcast in Pennsylvania, in Eastern Pennsylvania, and it's called Mystical Experiences. And I think that she's a very warm person. I feel that she's very highly psychic and intuitive. And I had a good show on her podcast, like I do on this show. And I just thought she would be a good guest. So I would like to welcome Patty from Pennsylvania, and her podcast is called Mystical Experiences.
Welcome.
Hi,
Patty.
everyone.
Introduce yourself.
Hi, my name's Patty. I'm from Pennsylvania, former medium. I've been doing mediumship for, I don't even know, maybe 15 years. And I'm just I'm tired. I am. I loved it, loved every minute of it. I'm going to still do it, but not like I was. You know what I mean? But so I in November, I did my last party, and yeah, I had to run with it. But I'm also a full-time reseller. Have 2 YouTube channels. I have my past life pickings. That's my reselling, and my mystical experiences, where people talk about all kinds of experiences related to the paranormal, like, you know what I mean, like angel visitations, ghosts, out of body, near death, anything. So kind of like, yeah.
Mystical Experiences is your podcast, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Awesome.
And then what else did you say? My
past life pickings.
Oh yeah. So what do people buy?
Well, it's reselling. I'm a reseller. Like, I love it. Like, you know, I sell on eBay, go thrifting and then flip it. You know?
Oh wow.
I've been doing that a long time, since probably like 98, something like that.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you buy it and you flip it.
Yep.
And tell me some of the things that you bought that were.
Oh my gosh. A lot of stuff. I've sold so much stuff. Oh my God, I don't even know. Everything, like, you know, like today, I just sold today a little stuffed reindeer. I probably paid $1 for it. I sold it for like $16. I sold I forget what else. I sold something else today. I forget, but I love it. You know. Yeah, but I love the mediumship too. I love that, but you know, it just takes a toll. I think I've done my time with it as much as I've been doing it, because I've done it so long, and I would do it for hours on end, back to like day after day after day. And I think I just need a break, you know?
Yeah, I know. People don't realize you can get tired out, and you know,
gosh.
They stay long with the readings. I mean, a reading lasts 40 to 50 minutes. After that, the energies kind of dissipate, and people will hang on for longer. And I mean, there's burnout to it. There really is.
But it's just like, that's all you think. Like, yeah, like you're, I don't know. It's hard to explain. You're always like there, you know what I mean? And it's like, I just need a break.
Take care of yourself.
Yeah, but I love it though. I love it. I loved helping people, and I love, you know, every part of it. I love giving validation and stuff like that. But there's a lot of it, like, I don't, there's a lot of stuff I see I don't like. That's so fake. Like, I mean, you know, that they're just making stuff up. Like, you know, you know what I mean?
Yeah, like they go, ooh, they put their hand up and go, ooh.
No, I see that a lot. I see that a lot with mediums. Oh, the spirit's coming in and they're twirling, but they're not getting the name and they're not getting if it's a male or female. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've seen that. I love that the backdrop, Patty,
Yeah,
that
that's
you
pretty.
have.
Oh, I think it's a tree of life, isn't it?
Mhm.
I
I
was going to
think.
say that looks like the tree of life. It's beautiful.
Yeah, thank you. That's Angela, you said that too.
When I was on, yeah, that's what she uses for a pot. Well,
Yeah,
Grizzly,
beautiful.
whenever you bought your dolls, where did you buy your dolls?
So they were basically estate sales.
Oh
They
yeah.
came from all over, right?
Do you have your dolls there?
Oh yeah, they're all above my studio, staring at me as we speak.
Well,
So are you a
Yeah.
collector then?
No, I wasn't. I got on a binge there for a while where they were speaking to me, right? And I was buying them, and I realized I was buying them in fours, and that is the number in Japan for death. And
Oh.
and I would have a lot of activity in the studio, and I have a bunch of holy water, and I have all kinds of. I got it tied up and wrapped up and all of my I got crucifix, and you would see me during my live show so holy water everywhere because stuff would be flying and people were like,
Yeah.
look at Grizzly. So I had to go out and get extra cameras and put up in my studio to show people that during my live shows things were actually happening, and they were like, did you see that? And I'm like,
Wow.
yeah, I know, right? So, and I would have to terminate shows because books would be flying and dolls would be jumping off the shelves. And I mean, it would just flip me and freak me out.
They were,
So,
they were
yeah.
getting ready for the remake of The Exorcist.
Oh, don't even talk about that.
Well, shit.
What kind of dolls are they?
I mean, they're all different kinds of dolls. Like I'll reach up and,
Oh,
I
I didn't
mean,
see that one.
yeah.
That's nice.
And, so,
Where is that? Where is that
big
from?
one?
China?
so that one actually came from Japan.
Oh,
Four
yeah.
of them.
Oh,
Where's the big one?
And,
Remember the
the
first
big
one you
ones
bought?
are up over in the corner. I had to tape them together so they wouldn't move. And one, I know Leon, it's not funny, but she's laughing. So I had one doll and I brought it down, put it in front of the camera, and it blinked. And I'm freaking out on the camera, and everybody's laughing. I'm like, ladies and gentlemen, it doesn't have blinky eyes. And they're like, whatever. And I'm like, no. So I bring the doll back and I show them the eyes do not blink. So people are jumping off the live and rewinding the show. They're like, good God, Grizzly, the doll did blink. And I'm like, I told you it blinked. I sat there and watched it. You know, and everybody's like, oh my God, he does have issues. I'm like, yeah, I do have issues. And I'm like freaking out over this stuff, right? Because it actually on camera blinked. And I'm showing the camera and people live that this doll don't have blinky eyes. If you lay it down, it don't blink. And everybody's like,
Oh, the sleepy eyes, you mean? Yeah.
yes.
Okay.
But this doll winked on camera and in front of the, and it don't have winky eyes or blinky
I
eyes.
thought you meant with the light. Okay, now I know what you mean. The sleepy eye dolls, like, yeah.
Where did you get where did the dolls originally come from? Like a mansion or?
Yeah, so estate sales when people pass away, right? Now the first set I bought at a antique store, which I thought children were in the aisle, and I heard,
"Excuse me, hello, sir."
And I thought there were kids in the aisle, so I turned around. I thought there's nobody there, and I thought all their kids in the other aisle. So I turned around and looked on the shelf, and there was these 4 dolls. And I was like, ooh, these will be good for the show, right? We'll dress them up, put some makeup on them and all this. So don't ever do that. No. I wanted one, ended up buying 4. I had to buy them in a lot. Now I know why. So the lady that owned them, she was attached to them, and she was, she was disabled. And she was an adult with a child of a mind, and she got mad because I was disrespecting her dolls because I was using them as props, and each show was going to name one of them, and she did not like that, and she was knocking down my backdrops, and before I went to a greens, it was awful. It was just awful. Yeah, Jean's like, I don't do dolls.
And I guess did stuff settle down then after you kind of got the hint?
I was told by people with abilities that I had to say good morning, good afternoon. I had to respect them. And I would douse them with holy water during the shows, and I have to do many cleansings of the studio. And after that, after I start respecting them, yes, everything settled. Now, last week on the show, it freaked me out. They still play. My crucifix went across the keyboard, and the guest was like, "What is that noise?" I'm like, "It's a crucifix," and it went across the computer, and it fell on the floor, and she heard it all because my mic picks up everything, and it's crazy. It's just ludicrous, right? But it's not as active as it used to be. But I did have to bind them with salt and other stuff. But I got some of them I had to tape together so they wouldn't move because during the show they would jump, and I would like in front of me, like live in front of the camera onto my keyboard while we're doing shows. And people were like, Grizzly, and I would just lose my stuff, right? So I have them taped so they won't, there's no way unless it's physically moved. So yeah, I know.
They're trying to get your attention.
Yeah, they got my attention.
They're trying to get, my guy just said to me, somebody that owned those dolls was hurt. And they're saying the energy, the dolls actually witnessed this. That's what my guy just said to me. So I wouldn't be surprised if they're trying to give you a message.
Yeah, that's saying you're not the only person that's told me that.
Okay.
So yes, you are right.
Okay.
Well, do you think, Grizzly, that you have the ability? I mean, some people in their makeup, they have the ability to affect, things moving.
So I thought about that. I'm not for sure. I never did test that theory. I get scared very easy when it comes to these dolls. So, I have some old prayers that I use to cleanse, and I use that to other people to help cleanse their homes. And that really helps. But I do respect them. I don't taunt them or anything like I was intended to do, right? But what was weird though is that when I was buying these, it was like something was telling me to buy these, and it was only certain ones. It wasn't like, oh, buy this. I would just be like, I would go through the internet and be like, oh, look at these. No. And I would put the internet down, then a day later pick it up, and I would look at $300 and be like, you got to have these. Order them now. You got to have these. And it was just weird. And, and it was like freaking me out some. It was like, why is this calling my name? And so I've got probably like 28, maybe 31 dolls total.
Wow.
So, yeah.
I wanted to ask, not to digress, I wanted to get to know more about Patty and what her background is and what she, as a guest on the show. So do you do, what type of readings do you do? And
I used to do mediumship readings.
Okay.
Like the medium, just, connecting with the spirits, it's, oh God.
Did you
work? It's a long story. I didn't tell this. I didn't tell this story on my own channel yet of how that came to be. But ever since I was small, I always, I never felt like I knew. The thing of it is, anybody can do this. I truly believe anybody could do it. But the only secret is, and there is no secret to this, it's just, if there's an easy way to explain it, you know how we love our loved ones so much and we want time with them. We don't have that, they're not here physically, but they're here. So in order for people that don't know how to connect or they want to, seriously, all it is just taking, whether it be take the time to do it. If you may sit 5 minutes with trying to connect with somebody, it may take you an hour, a half hour, and it's going to be off and on. It's not like it's made to seem. It honestly isn't. I could go on for this, and I have a lot to say about this, but it's really, you have to put your heart into it. And
oh, absolutely.
The spirits that want to connect with you, they have to, you want to open up a dialogue and they want to, you wouldn't tell your whole life story to somebody you didn't know. Why should they? So you want to build up that with the sending of like, there's certain ways that I would do it, with the sending of the love and everything, and of course protecting yourself and everything like this. But yeah, you want the spirit to trust you. And this is why I always, when I did my readings, I always did private readings. Always. I've done a few like house party readings, but they were always private. Like if there was something because you get a lot of stuff that comes through. Some of it, it's like that, like just stuff that you don't need everybody hearing about. You take them to the side. Like I like, it's very sacred to me. Like it just is, you know what I mean? But anybody could do it. It's just taking the time to sit. If somebody wanted to do it, they just sit and keep sitting and keep sitting and you will get those, you will see things, you will hear things, you will sense things, feel things, all of that. But it's just take the time. If you want to be with that person that you love and you want to hear them, take the time to do it.
Can you give us, without putting you on the spot, can you give us kind of a mini demonstration with one of us of what you?
I don't work like that. Not that I couldn't, but I just don't. I never have. So, you know what I mean? Because what I do, I tune into each person individually, and it's not like quick. I don't do it's not quick. I tune in, I do this whole thing, and then I will tune into their loved one and like that. And then I'll start bringing through the information. And then everything I see, feel, hear, and sense, I just start writing. Like I probably have like 12 books of readings I have done with people all over the world. You know what I mean? It's just like, but yeah, and then you sit with the client. But yeah, I don't do like on the spot readings.
Oh, I
just don't. I just never did it that way. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I just never did.
Yeah. No, I'm accustomed to coming on, and when people say, I normally ask people for their dates of birth, and then my spirit guides feed me information. I'm also a certified astrologer, so that's how I get my information. And I get a lottery. And I'm not bragging. My reading, they're very good, but I just work differently. I think we all do, though. I think we all do.
I know. I do birthdays, name. Give me a name, give me a birthday. That can give a lot of information. Now, a lot of times when I channel, my mediumship comes through automatic writing. Have you ever done that? My mediumship comes through. But when you talk to spirit, you have to have a dialogue. And I don't think people understand that.
It's like in and out. It's not like a lot of people will say, okay, they heard, like they'll say something, and they'll add all this other nonsense, and I'm thinking to myself, why are you lying? Because I know, you could tell when. Now there is, like, sometimes you'll hear parts of sentences, or just different things. You might hear one word. You might see, like if I see something, the person may have to, like, I may not understand, because it's like a puzzle to me. They have to put it together. Like, you may not understand it, but when you tell a client, they'll understand it.
Because we collect. All we do is collect.
We just give the information.
Can I ask what your date of birth is?
We're not the analysts.
Excuse me?
Can I ask what your date of birth is?
Oh, it's 5/9/68.
Oh, okay. I'm just curious. 5/9 of 1968.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I do it for fun on the show. And Angela and I normally, when we come on, we give mini readings, and it's fun. And it just came up. Okay.
5/9/68.
Yeah.
Yeah, like if anybody has questions about it, I'd be more than happy. Like if they have questions on how to do it, what to, like, stuff like that, anything about it. I just don't do, it's just, I don't work like that. It's so personal, and like, it's so personal to me. And and the dialogue I have with their loved one in spirit, that's just the way it always has been,
You're going to be going through some good changes in May.
I hope.
Well, you're supposed to be writing something. They're showing me something around a book. They're saying
A
to me,
book.
a book. And
I know about that. Yeah. I just didn't do it yet.
You're supposed to be writing a book, and they're also saying to me the most sensitive part in your chart is relationships. Something between relationships, love relationships, can be very challenging for you and difficult for you. So karmically, you came into this life to work out your relationship area and to not give as much. They're saying at times you may give too much and may not receive, but you're a tough cookie underneath it all. You don't accept things at face value. You work hard, and they're saying to me also property around you. Are you looking to buy something? Are you looking to sell something? Because they keep on showing me something about property. So I'm not
property. I don't. Not really. Not at right now that I could, you know what I mean, think of off my head.
Yeah, they keep on telling me something about security and property, but this has been a challenging year for you. This has been yeah. They just said to me, you're coming into your own.
More freedom. I feel more freedom. This was
More freedom.
You did a lot of hard work this past year on your own. You felt very alone.
Yeah, what is the healing ability? Because your guides just said to me something about healing. Do you work?
Well, I was now I don't know, because I know, when you're doing these readings afterwards, it's like a therapy session for them. But I was also an LPN for like 17 years, so I don't know.
All right, that's where the healing is.
Yeah.
Interesting. Very interesting. Yeah, they keep on showing me relationship area, and you have a lot of energy, which is good. Very good.
I get told that a lot. I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, but your one guide also is talking to me about going through a lot of crap when you were younger, and you're coming into your own, and they're saying to me this year has been a year of growth. So I see expansion for you. You're going to be expanding with either the radio, but they're saying radio, TV, and writing several books. So you have good things coming up.
Yeah, I hope.
Well, you're the only one that can manifest that, but they just said to me property, money. They're showing me money coming in for you, but they just said to me you're going to be spreading yourself out. Have you had any offers this year to work with other people? Because they're showing me offers being given to you. Not as yet?
No.
All right. It's going to be happening. That's why you met Angela. They just said the connection is with you, Angela.
Okay.
We'll see, eh?
We'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the reason I brought it up years ago, I actually was going out with a very famous psychic from New York. And she told me one day that I would become famous in the area. And I was a TV producer for 25 years. And I said, I don't want to be a psychic. Who wants to be a psychic? Well, you either accept the gift that's given to you. And she became world famous. And then she introduced me to Elizabeth Taylor, Liza Minnelli, and Tony Bennett. And from that time on, it's been one thing.
A whirlwind, eh?
What's that?
A whirlwind, eh?
A whirlwind. Yeah, I've read for the President of the United States. I've read for.
Wow.
And I was hired to do it, and I did it. And Angela, of course. Angela, you have an amazing background with the government.
What president did you read for? What president did you read?
I read for President Trump.
Oh, you did. Yeah, that's right. I remembered that. Yeah, I
Year
remembered
be-
that.
Years before he became president. I
Yeah,
was at
yeah.
I was at Mar-a-Lago for a week. I was down there for a week, and then he asked me to read for his guests, and I read for them, and he said, charge them whatever you want. And I told him, I said, one day you would be president of the United States. And he said, you're a kook, you're a nut, and you're a kook. And well, he became president of the United States. So,
Sounds like the lady in the doctor's office that day, didn't it?
yes, absolutely. Yeah, yeah, but I got so used to doing it on TV and radio that if people say to me, can you do a mini? Perfect example, I had a call from a woman in Palm Beach about a week ago. She called me and she said, we've heard about you down here. Can you give me any indication that you are psychic? And I said, if you want to set up a session. And she said, well, you got to tell me something about myself. And I said, well, Patty's telling me to say hello and to send her love. Patty, that's my girlfriend. She passed away 6 weeks ago. I said, well, there's your proof. Yeah, but so we all have psychic ability. It depends on to what degree that we develop it. But I do want to say, though, this is what my guides are telling me. I'm sure you're very gifted. They're telling me you're holding yourself back.
No, I'm not. I've done so many of them. Like I'm not holding myself. I'm just tired. I've done so.
They're saying tired, but they're saying to me, there's
Holding myself back how?
They're saying to me more from exposure and they're saying not working so hard, but making more money. That's what they just said. They're telling me not working so hard and making money. That's what the guy said. I know you've done a lot of it, but like somebody made a suggestion to me weeks ago. They said, why don't you do less readings? And when you can, charge a little bit more. I started doing that. And then a famous artist that I became friends with said, Peter, this is what we're going to do. We're going to start doing podcasts with you. You're going to charge a little bit more money, and they're going to be half the length that I've been doing our readings, and I was exhausted, absolutely exhausted. I'm doing half an hour to 40-minute readings, less time. I'm making, some good money from it. But I know you've done a lot of readings. They said that you're very gifted, but they're saying that you should be doing more on a global level. That's what they're saying to me.
Yeah, so, I know I hold myself back that way because I know. I think it's my personality though, because I'm outward, like with YouTube and stuff like that, but I don't even leave the house hardly. So I'm like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Kind of.
Yeah. You need to do readings.
No, I meet people for reading, like locally, or I do them on the phone, or however they want to do them. I do them, but I'm talking about just in general, like to be like if they're out of the country, I just do them however, you know what I mean, on the phone or via Zoom, whatever. But
yeah, because I stopped going to parties. I use StreamYard now.
Yeah.
Zoom, and then when I connected with Angela, who I've known for years, and then she said, why don't you come on Grizzly? And it's been an amazing process. He's got people from all over the world.
Yeah.
And, it's an amazing podcast. But yeah, they just said to me, they want you to go to the next level, and they know you're tired. but that's what they're saying to me. So I just thought
See, I think it could be to that part, and I know it's not, because I know from what I heard from God, and I know that sounds, but I know what I hear and see and stuff. But I think it's that part of me. There's that part that's deep down, because I'm Catholic, that part that, that whole thing. And I think that kind of holds me back. You know what I mean?
Your religious
Like that is,
beliefs?
huh?
Your religious beliefs?
Yeah, but it's not really, because I'm not practicing like, I grew up like this, but it's from some of the things that I seen too, like
Well, let me
with
tell you
doing
something.
this.
The three wise men in the Bible, the three wise men were astrologers.
No, I know. It's just, I don't know.
And
I think maybe I just need a break I need a break for like a year or something
you
from
need
it.
a break. Yeah.
I
Because
just do, like I just do,
I have Catholic priests that come to me. I have nuns that come to me. In fact, once, and I don't know if you know who Patricia Neal was. She was a very
Yeah.
famous actress. I did a reading for her years ago, and she said, "Don't tell anybody. I'm a devout Catholic." She came anyway, and she said to me, "What do you pick up?" But don't tell anybody. I said, "I promise I won't tell us." Well, she's passed, but yeah, I got over the religious part a long time ago. I
Yeah, I
consider my
do.
you what?
So what are you saying?
Okay.
You see things and it kind of holds you back too, right?
Kind of hold you back. Yeah, because people when I first started said to me, "You're a guy. You're going to go and be an astrologer and a psychic. You're a man." And I said, "So, well, are you gonna you're gonna damage yourself?" And I said, "I have my own mind, my own will. I just let go. You know it. We've known each other for years. I let go, and then I got Hollywood starting to call, and I've got these people." At this point, I'm just doing God's work. That's what I consider. But
Are you saying some of the stuff that you've seen psychically that holds you back?
you talking about Patty?
Yeah.
Oh, are you talking to me? I thought you were talking to him.
Yeah, no, I think she's talking to you, Patty.
Yeah.
Well, just that time that I think I told you, I don't even know, but I seen, I wasn't even, I was just sitting on my bed. This was like, I don't know, maybe 10 years ago, but I was just sitting there, and I'm not on drugs. I don't do any drugs. I don't, nothing. But, I was sitting there. I wasn't connecting. I wasn't trying to connect or anything, but it was just, but I think I was being tested too. I could have been being tested, but I was just sitting there, and my lamp was there, and over my lamp I had my rosary hanging, and I'm sitting there, and the next thing, and I swear to God this happened, because it was one of the scariest things that ever happened to me, but it was the ugliest, it was like a devil face, but it came right in front of me, right in front of my face, and it came right in front of my face and was glowing, and what I did was I just I knew it couldn't hurt me. I just knew this because I know my belief in God, but I just envisioned a glowing cross in front of my face, and it disappeared,
Mm-hmm.
So I know there is stuff like this, because I've seen other stuff, but that was like my scariest, and it isn't the fear. It's not the scary things that stop me, but it's just, I just need a break from it, because it feels like, literally, it feels like I'm more, because constant, like, if I'm just going about my day, I will, like, I'm always like, it's like you're always communicating, but I'm not saying talking, but you're always like, okay, I'm going to sit down. What do I hear? Like and this, like this, it's like all the time. And it's like, sometimes, like, do I want to live? This is life, You know what I
Yes.
mean? Like,
Yeah.
I know I don't explain myself good, but
No, it's okay. You're explaining
it's just that
yourself.
so much of it is just, I don't know, like, just a lot of, it's just sad.
Yeah.
You know, it's a lot of, you know what I mean? And my mom and dad are not, and then you just like, I don't, and the thing that I don't like, I don't know. I connected, like, you connect with all these people and I connected with my parents, but it's just sad. Just everything about it. And it makes me depressed sometimes, even though I'm so thankful I could do this, but anybody can. It's just take the time and sit and get a tablet. Anybody could do it.
What,
Anybody could do it,
what do you
you
mean
know?
it's sad? What's sad about it to you?
Just it's when you hear, like, when you're sitting there and you're connecting with the people, and then you're talking to them and you're hearing just the way that just the whole thing with death, with
Yeah,
the
but I look at
even though
death.
they are in a better place,
It's
you
a
know.
stepping stone because we're all here in the third dimension, and eventually we're going to be in the fifth dimension. My parents passed. I know. I contact them. They're
Yeah,
happy. They keep on coming to me and saying it's beautiful here. I don't think it's depressing because there's so much more to the real existence. This is not reality to me.
right.
This this is
I guess.
we're stuck in the third dimension, and if you raise your consciousness to the fifth dimension or the sixth dimension, now I learned from all my clients.
Well, yeah,
Yeah,
from everybody I sit with, I have it's bittersweet, and I'm so thankful to have been
yeah,
able to connect with them. You know what I mean?
yeah. Well, what do you do? Do you work full time or do you do this full time?
I've done that. That's what I've done. I've done that. Like, I did that like full time. I don't know. Why November? Well, it's still in November. I have one more reading to do that's booked, but I didn't book any later than that.
Yeah,
Not that I'm not going to, but I'm not going to be like as much as I was doing it.
yeah,
It takes a lot of time. Like, it's not like people, like, for a really good to give, because I give a good reading. When I'm giving somebody a reading, I'm giving them like 4 or 5 pages of stuff. I'm not just giving them a couple little, 5 words or 5 sentences or something. They're gonna get a good reading. You know what I mean? And I put a lot of time into it,
yeah,
and it just wears on you.
yeah.
I mean, it's beautiful. The beautiful part, it's all beautiful, but
Yeah, I don't know. Before I do a reading, I ask God to come in, the guardian angels, and then I ask them. I surround myself with the white light,
so do
and then,
I. Yeah.
yeah, when they come in, I just let it flow. I mean, I remember when I first came on, I started reading for Grizzly, and the guides just kept on flowing information, and the Grizzly kept on saying, "Oh yeah, 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 that's what's going on. Yeah, yeah. How did you know that?" I used myself as a channeler, and even Angela, when I first met you, you blew me away, Angela, when I first met you. When we exchanged readings and everything. So, and I'm sure Patty is great at what she does, but
Yeah, I
yeah,
just do it different. I find it, I like the personal experience. That's it. I like the personal, you
yes.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's just how I guess, I think that's just because I'm like that. I'm just
Yeah.
that kind of a person, and I like that, to give that person that kind of a reading,
Yeah. Yeah.
you
I know what
know?
you're saying. I know what you're saying. Well, you got some, as I said, you got some really good things coming up here. And yeah, they keep on, I don't know. My guides are saying to me in a past life, you were struggling with identity or certain things within yourself that I'm not going to bring up on the show, but they're saying you're coming out of yourself. You're finally finding out who you are and what you're capable of doing, which is great. Yeah. So, do you have any words of wisdom, Angela?
No, I know what she means. Whenever I know. I mean, I can feel. I feel that you're tired, and I get the same way. I mean, there are times I just don't want to do a reading. I just don't want to
Yeah.
do it.
Yeah.
You know, I used to work at a bookstore. The man, I mean, I'm still there on Friday nights, but I mean, he would have me down there 3 or 4 times a week. I mean, but I understand that you get tired. And I love, you know, and people, you know, they need help, and I do want to help people, but it's a lot. It can't
It
take
is.
control. It
It
can't
is
take
a
Yeah, I
lot.
love helping them. I love helping them. I love, when they, when you're giving them the validation and everything. I truly love it, because it seems like, but it's just, I'm at the point where, like, God knows this. He knows, like, I've talked to him, and, he knows when he knows when I'm ready for another reading, because I'll start getting them like crazy. You know what I mean? And he, like, I just, you know what I mean? I don't know. Just like where I'll use the word mediumship and then psychic, like, basically it's all in the way you word it. So if you want to connect with somebody, it's all in the wording. If you wanted to find out something about your future, or about a job, or anything about yourself, it's just asking a question, taking the time is the key word. Just take the time to sit, no matter how long it is, and you will hear something or see something. That's it. It's just taking the time to do it.
Yeah.
And a lot of people, they get frustrated. They think it's them. They think they're not meditating, or they're not doing this, or they're too stressed. It seriously is. They're just not sitting long enough. They're just not sitting. Just close your eyes and sit. That's it. And then you'll start, no matter what it is. It's all in the way you say it and word it.
Well, people don't know how to. I equate it to radio frequencies. Now, if I don't like a radio channel, I'll change it. And if I change it, I will go with that higher vibration. And then when I go to what I consider the frequency, do you know who Nikola Tesla was?
Yeah, I connect it with them. Yeah.
Well, I work a lot with Nikola Tesla, and he brings me up to the higher frequency.
Mm-hmm.
And when I go up there, it's an effortless exchange of energy, because my mind is not racing, and I'm not dealing with the petty crap that is in this dimension. And when I meditate and I let go, I go right into what I consider the spiritual connection with the seventh dimension of where the master guides are. And the information is just there. I mean, Tesla talked about it. Elon Musk talks about it. Einstein talks about
Well, you
it.
could tell with the way they sound, the way you could tell when it's a higher being you're connecting with. You could tell then because it's totally different.
It's totally different, and
Yeah.
they're less stressed, and it's more like a sense of peace and equanimity
And authority.
Exactly.
It's more authoritative. Like,
it's more authoritative, so you know that you're talking to a master guide.
yeah.
And that's what I do with my clients, because today, if you just take what's coming at you in this third dimension, you can have a nervous breakdown. There's so much going on. There's so much crap going on. With the election, what's going on in Israel, what's going on in Ukraine, Russia, China. At a certain point, and I don't know if Angela experiences this, some people will call and they'll demand a reading, and I cannot do it. I'll say to them, I'm sorry, I'm burnt out. I got to recharge my battery. I'll call you when the guides are ready. And then when the guides are ready, I'll set up an appointment.
Yeah. That's how I do it. But I just need a break, like, yeah.
Well, you've got, I don't know if you know this, you've got a lot of fire in you. Do you know that?
No comment.
You got a heck of a lot of fire in you. I mean, I don't think you relax. I think you're constantly going and going and going, and you're here and you're there and you're doing this. I don't know how you do it. They're saying to me, you're all over.
I'm
You,
all over
you,
the place. In my head, like I'm all over. Yeah, like
you're all over, and they're saying to me, you are a doer, and then you don't like to leave things go. When a project comes in, you've got to achieve that project. You got to finish it. If you don't, you drive yourself crazy. So they're telling me your energy is super high, and you at times get frustrated with people because you find people either boring or at times not too intellectually inclined, and you're on the next you're in the next phase. So yeah, so your guides are telling me the energy is there, and you're learning from being this year. They're saying you're exhausted, but they're telling me they're getting you ready for the next level. And I don't mean passing, and I don't mean dying. I mean when you release yourself to the master guides, they're going to take over. They're going to take over for you. That's what they're going to do. They were also saying, was there an issue? You don't have to go into anything. They just said to me, relationships or love relationships can be exhausting for you.
well, I'm not going to comment.
Oh, you're not going to comment? All right. That's what they just said to me. The love area is exhausting. After a while, you don't want to deal with it. You just want to get away from it, and you want to go, all right. That's what they just said to me. So I'll leave it at that. So everybody ready for the holidays?
No, yeah, we'll get there, right? We'll get there.
We'll get there. We'll get there. Yeah. Yeah. It's funny. Before I came on tonight, I had people that were asking me if I was doing readings on Thanksgiving, and I said, "Don't I deserve a day off?" I said, "I don't want to read on Thanksgiving." So I said, "Absolutely not." But
They're all thinking of their loved ones,
they're all
That's
thinking of
what it
their life.
is. Yeah.
Absolutely. The other thing the guys are asking me to ask you, Grizzly, are you going to be doing any Christmas special with your panel? I'm just curious, not that you have to do it.
I don't
Because
know. I never really thought of it.
all right, because right now we're at a pivotal point in our society. And the pivotal point is with the election going on and with Hamas, Israel, Ukraine. The society needs us to raise the positive energy. A lot of people I know, believe it or not, I got people that are calling up that are on drugs. They're drinking alcohol like it's going out of style. People are in a state of crisis right now.
Yeah,
So
sad.
it's bad. I thank God. It's going to be 3 years. I thank God I gave up drinking. Thank God. But yeah, we really need help, and we need more spiritual shows. Yeah. No.
Sure.
Yeah. And on the show, if you want, you can bring your dolls on. We'll
Ah!
have a
Whoa! I may get attacked.
Something, I don't know if I ever told you this. One of my closest friends is best friends with Linda Blair. Did I ever tell you that?
No.
One of my closest friends, when she said to me one night, "Do you know who my best friend is?" I'm thinking, "Oh my God, who is she going to say?" She said, "One of my closest friends is Linda Blair." And I said, "Oh my God, I've only seen that movie about 10 times." But oh God, yeah. Of course, Linda Blair isn't really like that, but Angela, I also wanted to say something. I noticed something different about you, which is positive, very positive. It's positive. No, don't get nervous.
Okay.
Lately, I've noticed for some, you look younger. You look younger and you look more refreshed.
How I
Well,
do with sleep.
No, I'm talking about your eyes and your face. You look, the energy is good for you because you look like you, yeah, I noticed that the past couple of shows. You really look,
Thank
well,
you.
yeah, I just wanted to
I've just
comment
been
about
sleeping. I just been sleeping. I mean,
that. Are
I
you
can't
been
put this.
sleeping?
Maybe she's happy because happiness does wonders, you know?
Yeah.
Happiness does one, absolutely. Yes. So, yeah, so, oh, I think everybody left us tonight.
No, they're still there.
Oh, they're still there. Oh,
Yeah.
I don't know. Did we want to open it up for readings or we just want to talk?
That's
Hello,
up to you on,
Anna.
Patty.
Oh, Ann. Yeah. So did we want to just talk or do we want to do many? You, Angela? No.
I don't care. Do we have time? I thought it only
It's whatever y'all want to do. It's
Oh,
your
it's
all
7
show.
o'clock. You know something? Because I was going on and on. I didn't realize what time it was. I thought it was 6:30.
So, Patty, how they get a hold of you?
How do you get a hold of me? Mystical experiences. They could go on mystical experiences 54 at gmail.com or my YouTube channel, which is also mystical experiences or past life pickings if you like reselling. I don't know, but yeah.
I love that past life pickings. I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well,
Yeah.
hopefully that everybody has a happy Thanksgiving.
Happy
Yes,
Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Happy
absolutely.
Thanksgiving. And thank you
Godspeed.
so much for having me here. Sorry I
Yes, it's
didn't do
been a
readings. I
pleasure.
just don't
No,
work like that.
Yeah, we just want to know about you. You're charming. You're very charming.
yes,
But if anybody has any
absolutely.
questions, they're free to, they could send me a message, whatever. It doesn't matter. You know?
Absolutely. And we'll
Yeah.
call it a wrap. And for coast to coast around the world, everybody, we'll catch
Thank
you on the
you.
next show.
Yeah.
Good night, everybody.
Thank
Happy
you.
Thanksgiving. Take care, everybody. Much love.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.